bonfire, and I don't know, one of the sideways. I don't know, we were having a good time, and I don't know, I think Matt decided to go home, and he got like halfway down the street, and he stopped for like 20 minutes, and we're like, what is he doing? He comes back with a
big old rattlesnake, yeah.
And so we skin it, and we gut it, and we put it on top of the fire in a pan full, or a pot full of boiling water, or boiling beer.
He soaks it in beer.
On MySpace, like, you know, our old accounts.
Well, he cooked one at the house the other day.
Huh?
He cooked one at the house, on the stove.
What?
Yeah, in beer, yep. Well,
what about the time he tried to shoot me, and I ran into the pole with a dirt bike?
I didn't shoot you. I just had a gun. I didn't shoot you.
Waving it around in the air.
It's because I was running.
Oh, okay, yeah. Should we react it?
Yeah, I think we should. We'll get you the dirt bike.
No.
No, remember that one time Matthew was driving down the driveway and he's going to work and he's got his lunchbox and it's empty and he finds a rattlesnake. So he gets a little board or whatever and gets it pinned down, throws it inside the cooler. It's just a zip cooler, you know?
Yeah.
And then he brings it up here, and Paul and I are up here on horses, and he shows up, and he's like, hey guys, check it out, I got a snake in my lunchbox, and it's rattling, whatever, and the guests are like, no, it's not a rattlesnake. And Matt's like, yeah, check this out, and he like unzips it and throws it on the floor.
Oh, wow.
All of a sudden, everybody just
I remember that.
Freaks out.
I remember that.
Well, yeah, Grandpa, every time I would like go get gas for Phil, like when I was younger, there'd always be a huge barrel by the gas tank down there.
Yeah.
Grandpa would have it full of rattlesnakes.
Yeah, he'd feed them.
It's like, what's going on?
Yeah, he would always have, and then he would bring his snapping turtles, like big snapping turtles, like this big, and put them on the back of this 3-wheeler, and just throw a coat over them, and he'd bring them over, and we had those big fiberglass tanks that we'd swim in the summer.
Yeah.
And they would crawl out of those. They were so big.
Yeah.
They were massive.
It's craziness. Oh yeah, this family reunion, I'm going to bring out my own bar.
Oh, a mini mobile bar?
I'm gonna bartend.
We gotta shoot Reed's cannon and stuff.
Because I am a high-end bartender anyways.
Okay, so tell us about Reed and his cannons.
Reed made a bowling ball cannon out of a Centilene bottle.
What did he do with it?
He shot it off.
Shot a car with it once.
Yeah, with a bowling ball.
And the whole neighborhood was here to watch the show.
Yeah, it was awesome.
You can hear it howling through the air when it goes like way up there.
It shoots about a mile.
About a mile, yeah. Pretty awesome. The cannon goes flying about 10 feet.
Yeah, well, the cannon stand could be a little better. But
Okay.
It's a good cannon.
And tell us the one time about when Paul got kicked in the face with a horse.
Oh,
I don't know nothing about that. All I know is he looked like a cartoon character.
Oh man, he looked like Daffy Duck with his front lip out
that's
here.
pretty bad.
So tell us what happened though. He was inside the barn.
No, we're out riding, and the neighbors had brought this horse to him, and Matthew had worked with him before. I had worked with him, and now this is like 3 years later, and Paul has been working with him, and he's just riding him back down, just getting him into shape. And we rode him in there, and we're visiting, sitting there, and I just got off my horse, and I started unsaddling. He's sitting on the butt of the horse, off the saddle, and just sitting there visiting with me. Well, his horse sidesteps and then kind of hops, so Paul decides he was going to go to bucking, so he just jumped off backwards.
Is that right?
And what?
Keep going. Keep going.
You're terrible.
Go! You're going. Go!
Okay, so
the horse double kicks. The hocks hit him right in the teeth or whatever, and I thought he broke his teeth because he.
Yeah, weren't you guys looking for the teeth?
Well, no, I just looked in his mouth. I didn't look on the ground.
But I thought you thought that he kicked the teeth out.
Yeah,
you did.
So we went back later and looked, but
yeah.
So he goes flying, hits the other side of the barn, and he's kind of propped up like a cartoon character. You know, they slap the wall and they just kind of like slide down like slime.
Mm-hmm.
And whap, and blood just comes pouring out of his mouth. So I go over there and pick him up. And he looks at me, and all his front teeth are just gone. I'm like, oh no, it just broke them all. He's like trying to talk, but blood's just oozing out his mouth. And so I carry him to the house. He's like, don't carry me, I'm fine. I was like, no, you're going to be hurting here in just a little bit. You're in shock. And he's like, okay. So then about 5-10 minutes later, he was in pretty good pain, but they took him up to Rapid, and they had to pull the teeth down. They'd been shoved up in his head.
That's crazy.
Gross.
Would that suck?
And he totally recovered from that, right? He never lost any teeth or anything. I mean, everything's
stayed
fine.
good color. Yeah.
And then he cut his thumb off.
Yep.
On the swather the next
Swather,
time.
yeah.
This is Paul, Ryan's little
Yep.
brother.
I busted my knee twice out here.
Yeah, and Jordan, how did you
Got
bust your knee?
$100,000 in my knee.
How'd you hurt your knee?
Well,
Multiple
I
times.
was going down a hill with Reed on the back, and he jumped off for some reason, and I hit the front brake, and I just went in over.
He jumped off because
and
he
I
knew
tore
you were
every
gonna
single
flip it.
ligament in my knee.
He knew you were gonna flip. That's why he jumped off.
And
he was smart.
It hurt really bad. And the motorcycle was fine. Right,
Okay,
Carl?
so Jordan, what are some of your good memories as a kid coming out?
What kid?
When you were a kid and you'd come out to the ranch.
You were once a kid.
I
Believe it or
was?
not. Yeah,
I don't
you
think
still
so. I knew
are.
it all.
Because you grew up in the city, so coming out to the ranch.
Coming out here was like I don't know.
How old were you?
Party.
Awesome.
It was like better than going to the
coolest thing
circus?
Ever. It was like the coolest thing ever. Yeah. Like
Is that
we
all
look
you could
forward to
wait
going
for
out
all
to the
year?
Badlands every year. Yeah, that was like the coolest thing we did. Well, it wasn't the coolest thing we did, I don't think, but definitely the place we wanted to be always. So it's a pretty awesome place out here. I come out here to have a lot of fun.
And how old are you now, Jordan?
28. I'll be 29 October 28.
And Ryan, how old are you now?
22.
Oh, isn't he cute?
Not if I smack him in the left.
Might smack that.
He's taken.
You don't like me?
I said, you 12. Yeah.
Aren't you
I'm
12?
a million years
Katie
old.
thinks you're 12.
I'm 12? Yeah. No, he's 11.
You talking to me?
He's
Do I
11.
look 12?
Well, your head is so little, it'll make you
Oh, my
body
head's.
little.
Oh, is that what you're saying? So, if your pigtails look so big, how old are you?
5.
You
I'm 5
don't
and a half.
You know how old you are?
You're 6? 5.5, 6?
I think you're 2.
Hey! What are you doing over there, big guy? You stay away. That's mine.